There are very powerful people that want to keep you out.
I know they do.
But they're willing to put their money where their mouth is in a big way. So, this conversation never happened. Is there a number at which
I can be bought?
not be bought?
That's what it's about.
You can take a pause for a couple of years.
No.
And then go right back to what you're doing.
No. 10 million, 20 million, 30, no. A billion, no.
Now that is dramatic. Leaked audio recording of not only Kari Lake, obviously notable MAGA figure, and the GOP chair of Arizona, Jeff DeWit, fairly clearly trying to bribe her into not running for office. So that much is clear. There are things about the video that are not immediately clear. So for instance, who recorded it? I mean, he might have, doesn't make any sense. She might have. And that might explain why she is answering in the most upstanding way imaginable. Maybe she knows that they're being recorded. But regardless, and while I think it's fair to criticize her in some ways, she is attempting to be bribed by this guy. This guy seems to think that either on his behalf or they're these donors that they need to get her out. And it gets even more clear in the continuation of the audio, which you'll see here.
So what do they want? What do they want me to do?
You want to stay out for 2 years. But let me tell you what I can offer you. The ask I got today from back east was, this has to stay between us. Is there any companies out there or something that could just put her on the payroll and give her, to keep her out? And I said, well, what do you want them to do? Like, whatever we need to do.
This is about defeating Trump. And I think that's a bad thing for our country.
It's a back-scratching club. That's all DC is. It's a big back-scratching club. You're in no position to scratch anybody's back, and you've already made it known that if you get there, you're not going to scratch anybody's back.
This is amazing. So look, top level analysis. They're trying to bribe her to get out. She's gonna call for him to resign, which, yeah, maybe he should resign after this, or at the very least, he should come out like Roger Stone and just say that it was deep faked or whatever. Because you can just say that now. You don't have to have evidence. You could just say it. But I have no doubt that this sort of thing happens a lot. It's dirty, and I like that she stood up to it. That she's not going to be bribed out of this thing. She's gonna do it the traditional way, which is run for office to get power so that you can be paid way more than the value of the work that you're doing and inevitably go work as a lobbyist or something, or get paid to write a book or give speeches or whatever. You're supposed to be corrupt in that way. This is underhanded. But anyway, Sharon, what do you make of this?
Well, it's integrity. And I think you're right. Kari Lake is showing integrity in a recording that, of course, my opinion, she made it and then leaked it and said all the right things, but integrity until you don't wish to have integrity anymore, until it benefits you in some other way. But I will say this, everyone in politics, all sides, I shouldn't say everyone, all sides are capable of this, whether it's, Bernie versus Hillary and underhanded things going on and trying to manipulate people and control who's in, who's out, instead of letting people decide. So she has perhaps sort of kind of maybe done a service here. And so maybe we just have to take the teaspoonful until she upends it with her next move.
Yeah, I would love if this was like the beginning of a turn for Kari Lake where she's really gonna focus on corruption and backroom deal. No, it benefits her to put this out. And by the way, criticizing in this way doesn't mean that she's the bad guy here. The guy trying to bribe her out of the race is the bad guy. Let's all be clear about that. But let's also be clear. She knew on some level that that's what the conversation was going to be. So she came in and taped it and was very careful with everything that she said so that she would come out looking like a squeaky clean angel. So let's just be clear about that. And I think the biggest demonstration of it is it's not that she turned it down. Maybe she really doesn't want the job. Maybe she really, she feels like her duty is to run for office again and get absolutely destroyed like the last time. Maybe that's what she thinks. But when she throws in this is about defeating Donald Trump. No, it's not. What are you talking about? What does that have to do with it? She just liked that when the video gets leaked, she's gonna be standing up for Trump. And even though it has nothing to do with Trump, it has to do with you and your future. And by the way, Why do you think they're trying to bribe you out of this thing? Once you get in office, you're just gonna vote for whatever Trump wants you to anyway. All of these senators, they line up behind what Donald Trump wants. No, they don't think you're gonna be able to win. They think they can bribe you out, and that effectively might buy them a win in the race, a race that they want to and need to win in this cycle. But then also, I wouldn't do it for $1 million, 20 million, $1 billion. Who talks like that?
Integrity.
Who talks like that if they don't think that the audio is gonna be leaked? It is so fake. And I would add to the list of jobs she is not qualified for. You've got politician, actress, I think would be the next one. But what do you think, Sharon?
I don't know. I mean, with a little coaching, some work, I know some good acting coaches. She could step her game up here. I think the other part of it is, yes, if she got in, she would just do whatever Donald Trump said. If Kari Lake were to jump in, she would, like you said, just be destroyed each and every time. They need something to look forward to. And there's not much if she's all you've got. But taking a hit, taking a sledgehammer to her acting skills, I think is a bridge too far, Don. I do.
Yeah.
I do think that there's some talent there that they can work with. Okay, she hasn't, first we know, had one class, although she was a local news anchor.
That's true. Okay, she is a better actress than she is a candidate.
All right, now see, was that so hard?
It wasn't. Anyway, look, I see people in the chat, they're like, how do you think this is real? Well, he's not even, I don't even think he's claiming that it was faked, like, to be clear. So like, I'm not saying he's necessarily gonna step down or whatever, but I don't think he's even denying that it happened. So look, if it turns out that she deep faked it, that's fine. That seems like a bridge too far, even for Kari Lake. I guess it's not impossible. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.